Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our devotion for today, March 1st, 2022, is from the Gospel of St. John, the 18th chapter, verses 28 through 32. I'm going to read the whole thing. Then they led Jesus from the house of Caiaphas to the governor's headquarters. It was early morning. They themselves did not enter the governor's headquarters, so that they would not be defiled, but could eat the Passover. So Pilate went outside to them and said, "What accusation do you bring against this man?" And they answered him, "If this man were not doing evil, we would not have delivered him over to you." Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and judge him by your own law." The Jews said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put anyone to death." This was to fulfill the word that Jesus had spoken, to show by what kind of death he was going to die. Having decided that Jesus was guilty of blasphemy, the Jewish leaders and temple guards led Jesus from the house of the high priest Caiaphas to the Roman governor's headquarters in order to have Jesus put to death. The Jewish leadership will not enter into Pilate's headquarters because to do so would defile them and they wouldn't be able to participate in the Passover, which is really ironic since they have convicted an innocent man in a sham trial, and now they seek to have him killed, which will defile them far more than entering Pilate's headquarters would ever be able to do. Pilate asked them what Jesus was guilty of, and instead of answering him with a specific crime, they simply state, "If this man were not doing evil, we would not have delivered him over to you." So let's recount the evil Jesus did. He healed the blind. He healed the lame, he healed the deaf, and he healed the mute. He cast out demons from people who were oppressed by them, so they had their freedom back. He fed 5,000 men and 4,000 men with a few pieces of bread and a couple fish. He healed the sick, those suffering from diseases, regardless of what day of the week it was, and he taught about God's love for his creation. That's the evil Jesus did. And the Jewish leadership now dragged him in irons to the only man who could legally have him killed. In all that was brought against Jesus, Pilate could not hear anything that sounded like a capital crime deserving death. And so Pilate tried to send Jesus and Caiaphas and his troops back to the temple so that they could whip Jesus or do some other corporal punishment. But they insist that the punishment must be death. Evil has a way of blinding us. Evil has a way of blinding us to the truth when the truth gets in the way of what evil wants to do. And then, even when the truth is pointed out to us, we still seek to justify our actions and desires. Caiaphas and those who were with him already had their minds made up that Jesus must die. And there was going to be nobody who was going to be able to talk them out of it. Nobody who was going to be able to point out that Jesus hadn't really done anything deserving death. Have you considered your past actions? Have there been times when evil has blinded you to what the real truth was? Have you passed judgment on someone who didn't deserve the judgment you gave them, but you were so angry or so mad, or you wanted something so badly, and they seem to be in the way? Are you even supposed to judge? It's not too late to repent from your actions or to seek to make amends. Seek out the forgiveness of the Lord, for he is gracious and generous with it. And then seek out those whom you have misjudged to ask for forgiveness from them. Go in peace, serve the Lord.